It is a new year, man. We cannot keep doing the same run into the brick safe zone wall of a 3D platformer and expect Mario 64 levels of speedrun magic to happen. Why do you think a Nintendo fan spend an hour on the minimum to do that kind of shit now? Look, the gaming that we all grew up on and likely put money into at least one piece of wasted plastic disguised as a knockoff controller is changing for the worse, like it was one of my transformation spells casted wrongly. And in the events of the computer you beat up while playing all those fighting games by yourself over the years, aka artificial intelligence, being the main factor driving affordable entries into new gaming hardware into a state more dead than half of PlayStation exclusive IPs that they abandoned like a decade ago, most players out here already have, or at least are about to very soon make a concrete choice as to what side of the Marvel vs. Capcom character roster they're going to be on for the foreseeable future, where each opposing franchise represents either buying into or not buying into modern gaming consoles and hardware. And where you fall into that re-resort post-game leaderboard is dependent on your pockets. I personally got too much in my own pocket situation to get all deep into what you got going on, but as a wizard, it is part of my job to understand the minority groups of gamers like those Steam achievements with a less than 5% completion rate, because I can tell you for a fact that there is people out here who have been chosen their side on the game economy equation and decided to keep their gaming lifestyle just one teeny tiny step behind, keeping their hardware purchases high ping lobby lag style. Yes, with the power invested in me, I am summoning all of the players who decide to stay just one console generation behind, either as a deliberate act or just to save some money within video games. Wait, why am I acting like I'm not describing the same person? Who the hell is not doing both? Show me who it is so I can show them the way. All I know is, man, these players recognize that gaming is that much more fun when you can find your own personal, meta to make sure a hobby as expansive and especially as expensive as gaming, one little difference, can be minimap shrunk down and scaled correctly to how you get the most enjoyment out of these computer polygon playthings that take half a decade for developers to render nowadays. And this particular method of staying one console behind isn't anything new to the hobby in light of all these recent price inflation seasonal updates to the market, but because of these events, it is all the more important to understand why these players who are technically a step behind are a lot of times simultaneously a step forward in all this, especially if you bought a Nintendo Switch 1 on deep discount before its price increased during the Switch 2 generation. I didn't know you had that investor dog in you like that. Look at you! Like, it is not hard to make sense of this backwards console generation move at all, since, to be honest, you can just start by noticing some dire shit going on just by looking at what the future of most console generations are looking like right now. And trust me, it is not diverse as Cyberpunk Night City's architecture. I mean, the Xbox and PlayStation are dissolving their whole ideas of console exclusive games with how much they share in between each other and with the Overlord PC platform, while at the same time trying to accomplish the same graphic fidelity and even rumored operating system freedom that comes with the Overlord PC platform. The computer meat writing is genuinely insane. That's just what the majority of the market wants going forward, and it obviously goes without saying or being flashbanged at the eyes at the side of the sticker shock that all of this stuff across the board, not just with Xbox and PlayStation, but also Nintendo and every other PC platform, that the price tags that they have are very much way up there, just like the specialty items at the top shelf of your local GameStop at this very moment. And all of these factors are adding up to a checkout subtotal of a future where consoles, likely outside of Nintendo's, are all these just homogenous choices, and their cool factor of having a valid argument against one console and another at the kickback with the homies is just going to be dominated by all the PC users of your friend group. I mean, it already pretty much is, but as of this recording, at least console players got Grand Theft Auto 6 to fight back with, you know. just something. And yes, that is your future. Sorry to skip every cutscene and spoil the endgame boss battle, but with a pretty bleak reality of the next phase of console gaming, part of the reason we're able to see some of this stuff so clearly and hopefully prepare for the worst in reaction to it is because, man, these things are easily pointed out by those experiencing the current last-gen hardware, and then connecting the dots as to why third-party devices that does something Xbox did a decade ago is outselling Xbox right now, because believe me, there is a reason. Like, when it comes to a traditional console, it's kind of hard to explain, but there is this certain like cool factor that comes with playing on a console that has its own set of exclusive experiences. And when I say exclusive, I don't only mean just a library of games you can only play on that system for now, but also the certain touch of personality that makes you remember these consoles outside of their games, like the nostalgic user interfaces, the physical game collecting that allows you to have all these cool box arts, the loading screen if you're fat as shit like me and enjoy having a snack in between rounds. Whatever feature there is that gives you memories is more important than you even know. But realistically speaking, I have doubts that the next PlayStation, Nintendo, or Xbox won't have like any of these swag characteristics that they're, so known for having in each of their consoles. I've just been cursed with the knowledge to observe that within each past and present console generation, something that somebody liked was removed going into the next piece of hardware down the line, which can be a deal breaker for someone right now getting some serious Mario Kart 200cc mileage out of their PlayStation 4 in the late era of the PlayStation 5. These consoles really are like cars. Keep it clean and swap out parts every few years and you will have it for a very long time. And that is really the idea that gamers are slowly starting to come back and seek out in droves here in the modern age, which is longevity. Dude, we're in a timeline with components so advanced and becoming so future-proof that the aforementioned PlayStation 4 is still having new games made for it to this day. Granted, it's not any of the first-party games from Sony that ever releases semi-annually, but third parties still see that the hardware is capable and the user base is still large enough to target a current last-gen console release, which speaks volumes for the future of what consoles are going to look like. So imagine how long a current PlayStation 5 lifespan would last into a potential PlayStation PC 6. And so on and so forth. At that point, it goes beyond personal preference or attachment, and then just becomes the financially sane thing to do as far as choosing what console to play on, since you're gonna have a hard time selling that next $1,000 console that gets 10 extra frames per second when you can't even comprehend that the current one you got is anywhere past 120. Like, my eyes can't even comprehend how good it is anymore. Like, they don't make glasses that good. So once you start weighing the monetary risk that comes with buying in the next big thing in console gaming, it should be pretty hard to not also benefit from the monetary saving that comes with staying in an ecosystem of gaming not supported by their original developers anymore. Mostly. At its worst, it can lead to the side of the dumbest aftermarket pricing for games that these sellers damn well aren't passionate about as you are, but at its general best, it will usually be a larger market of pre-owned video games and accessories for a last-gen console that are hella accessible for the average slim moderate vision of our wallets as a result of a terrible economy. At this point, I have a wizard's doctorate in talking about how cheap it is to buy older libraries for past consoles, so I'll spare you the full rundown while I link you a spectacular video of me giving a sermon that cheap gamers will feel in their soul. But what you should know is that there is always sales, used markets, hell, even just knowing somebody who doesn't want their own Nintendo Switch or whatever console anymore and just give you that type of stuff for free out here for practically anyone to take advantage of and hopefully save a few dollars when it comes to buying a console or buying games for an older console. The only thing about it is, once you start saving so much and the value of what you get for how little you pay grows accustomed to you, it's gonna be very hard to pay full price for a video game or a console ever again. But that's sort of the point, because this video is really just a ritual to convert you to a last gen console gamer if you weren't one already. Don't panic. There's nothing you can do now, you know too much. Listen man, there is never anything wrong with sticking to what you know in this gaming hobby, since the main plot of it all is undergoing serious changes in each season that we live through. First it was the subscription-based landscape, and now it's gonna be AI and all the slap that comes with that, so sadly, we're in too deep to just fire the writing team. It's very easy to have a sad outlook of it all and not be hopeful for the future of the next generation of video games, but you know what? So the fuck what is what? You don't need to wait for some bubble to pop or reluctantly eat water for dinner for a year just to afford a new piece of hardware and achieve this sensation of fun, when you can either have fun on the system you already have or pay so much less getting the console from the last generation that reached its final form during the age of the new one, so you don't even have to wait or question if it's ever gonna get good like you do for some of the newer stuff releasing. Yeah, sure, we all get that urge to want to experience the latest gaming thing after we see maybe a trailer that excites us, or more commonly experience the fear of knowing that the price of a new console is as low as it's going to be for a short time, since third-party price interruption has yet to be patched. So yeah, at first it can be weird to be a little behind, but if Gran Turismo Racing has taught me anything, it's that even the ones in last place can easily come out victorious if all the other fast cars ahead of them are going too fast for their own good. And that's all that I got for today, man. If you enjoyed, leave a like on the video, subscribe, and yeah, I'll see you guys in the next video. Happy New Year.